Welcome to TradeTheNBA.com. This is John. This report is for the 23rd of December, and well, we got the worst news ever for the market. At least GDP numbers weren't as bad as they thought, which means the Fed doesn't have to pivot like they think that the Fed should pivot because they really want their zero interest rates. Eh, it happens. That interestingly, good news like that would because it's means that things haven't fallen off the abyss, that business is still taking place, but um, certainly I'll be at a lower pace than many would like. But you know that's part of what happens when you have these kinds of situations that require tightening, with inflation being out of control, and most of this was self-inflicted with the whole oil. And that's just how powerful oil can be. um, Magenta had been positive, meaning that 50% was still the supported range, and white leading meant that we were going to have back and forth, and now we've got magenta potentially leading. The failure of it, though, is the orange DOC rising from a daily standpoint. That's not going to produce enough impetus to really drive anything forward. So that was the negative carry on that. So looks like we're in for some more difficulties. Nasdaq all the way down to 23%, and significantly different. That white still strong lead the MBI, and did the same pivot. Um, Steel crosses below orange. I would look for additional falling price. I mean, it would be significant at that particular point. Treasuries rather muted. This should be falling much faster, simply because it was a full recognition of the fact that rates are going to remain high. You can see it filled positive extreme. No shock there. And from an oil standpoint, it's still in the danger zone because back over 80, and I think that continues to put pressure on the situation. Is there any reason for it to be that high? Other than self inflicted? No. Gold, a little bit back and forth on that one. Still above 76%. So it's just maintaining, I would call it a coiled position. I mean, because I think it's ready to explode. It's literally not done much given what we've seen from inflation. And the question really then becomes, will the Fed, with these rate increases, even get it under control? Is it enough? Or are we just in for some permanent elevated? And of course, all the talk of everyone saying the Fed was going to change their target. They may have changed their target, but they haven't broadcasted that they're changing their inflation target. But they have said that they are going to increase rates, and it's not going to stop. The only other negative would be, from a broader standpoint, if the U.S. decides to get more aggressive. I understand that we're sending Patriot missiles to Ukraine. That could exacerbate market moves simply because of the uncertainty, adding to the tensions. Never a good thing. Bitcoin, again, crypto's really been in a struggle, though. Potential here now with Magenta crossing over could be enough to lift it, maybe to the 50%. It's not looking all that terrific from a broader perspective. And same situation with the market. You see on ETH here that pivot. This was closer. It almost got the orange below red, but when that happens, you get continuation. And so continuation is flat sideways, slightly down. And that's exactly what we saw in the market. So it was a significant move. And again, right before I started my report, my TS decided to reboot and crash. But there we have the broader strokes of it. And I think that it's going to just be this kind of difficulty exists, especially when we're in low liquidity situation right now, where a lot of people have already taken off. Um, just don't have the time to be at the desk handling things for year end because Christmas is right around the corner. But we'll see if right before New Year they're able to lift things up a little bit and make it exciting. Hope everyone has a happy holiday. however you celebrate. And we will definitely talk again later. Look for me on the Skype chat. Have a good one.